Hello everyone, and welcome to the weird, scary and horrible parts of humanity. Today we are going to explore Canada's second school shooting in history, the Brampton Centennial Secondary School Shooting. Born in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, on the 4th of October 1958, Michael Peter Slobadian was a troubled 16-year-old teen. Living just 4 blocks from school, Slobadian played guitar and drums in the school band, and neighbours described him as a friendly and quiet individual with few friends. He mainly spoke with his sister, who noted that he had a love for guns. By 16, he became increasingly radical, shaving his head, showing an increasing interest in the military, joining the Lone Scots and wearing a beret. For his birthday, he was given a .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle. At the time, in Canada, it was possible to buy weapons without restrictions. Slobadian regularly cut class, forging 35 parents' notes to excuse him from various classes. He had an unstable relationship with his English teacher, 25-year-old Margaret E. Wright, who was 6 months pregnant. He used her as a confidant and reportedly liked her. However, according to friend Dean Naden, he was ridiculed for his work in front of the class by his teacher. A couple of weeks prior to the shooting, he broke down in tears to write after his grandfather had died in early May 1975, with his father, Peter Slobadian, scheduled for cardiac surgery in June 1975. He had also worked on a science project for physics class, in which he proposed using electrodes to keep 13 dissected frogs alive through electrical stimulation of the heart. This was denied by his physics teacher, Ross Bronson, due to the cruelty this would cause for the frogs. On the 28th of May 1975, at 8:45 a.m., together with his friend Stephen Kipfer, he walked to school. Kipfer noted that there was nothing unusual about Slobadian at the time. At 10:25 a.m., he failed to attend Bronson's physics class and also skipped Wright's English class. Wright telephoned his mother, Lillian Slobadian, to inform her of his son's absence. Walking home with his sister, Donna Slobadian, at about 11:30 a.m. for recess, Michael Slobadian was confronted by his mother for missing his physics and English class, promising to resolve the issue when he returned to school in the afternoon. Michael Slobadian then went to his bedroom and wrote the following suicide note. To whom it may concern, my life is now gone to pot. I am going to eliminate certain people from this world. Those people are Mrs. Wright, Mr. Bronson, and any other sucker who gets in my way. I am then going to kill myself so as not to be imprisoned. I am not insane, but strictly fed up of life. I am not getting myself anywhere, and it is my fault. I love my parents and my family, and I know that they love me. Michael Peter Slobadian. In another letter, he wrote, "When I die, I hope to find a little peace upon my mind." At 11:30 a.m., Michael Slobadian took his .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle, which was his birthday present, and a .44 caliber lever action rifle, wrapped them in a blanket and put them in a guitar case. He changed into military gear, slid out unseen through the kitchen door, and headed back to Brampton Centennial School with his guitar case. Arriving at school at 11:35 a.m., in 5 minutes, Slobadian was able to enact a litany of tyranny which haunted students, teachers, and rescue responders for years. Slobadian entered a boys' bathroom on the first floor and went into a cubicle, loading his weapons. 17-year-old John Slinger and 19-year-old Michael Gibbolette entered the bathroom. Stepping out of the cubicle, Slobadian killed Slinger with a shot to the stomach. He fired at Gibbolette, who was shot in the back, which tore 2 holes in his diaphragm, bruised his liver, and injured his esophagus. Collapsing in the hallway, Gibbolette was dragged into the ladies' bathroom by a female student. Slobadian went into the hallway and fired 3 bullets into the home economics room, with 2 hitting 17-year-old Craig Keir, who was shot in the left elbow, and 1 hit 17-year-old Jennifer Maffer, who was shot in the left leg. Continuing down the hallway, Slobadian injured 16-year-old Jeff Rogers, who was shot in the abdomen, 15-year-old Sylvia Meister, who was shot in the arm, 16-year-old Karen Sprague, who was shot in the right arm and leg, and Jane Thornton, who was 15 years old and shot in the right side and in the right thigh. Slobadian then went to English classroom 104, where he found one of his targets, Wright, killing her at point-blank range in the chest, with the bullet hitting students Dean Naddon, aged 17, who was shot in the left side, and 19-year-old Ernie Nichols, who was shot in the abdomen. Slobadian then went into the hallway and wounded 18-year-old Bev Bardur, 15-year-old Brenda Weltendorf, and 14-year-old Susie Weiklauf, who was shot in the left foot. Heading towards room 103, Slobadian then committed suicide, leaving 2 others dead and 13 injured in Canada's second school shooting. Slobadian was buried at Brampton Cemetery in Brampton. His elder brother, Gary Slobadian, was buried in the same plot when he died aged 30 in 1984, and his mother, Lillian Slobadian, was buried in the same plot when she died in 2009 at the age of 75. His father died in 2013 at the age of 83. Slobadian's parents are pictured to the left. Witnesses to the shooting included then Ontario Premier William Davis's daughters, Kathy Davis and Nancy Davis, as well as future actor and comedian Scott Thompson, best known for being part of The Kids in the Hall. Thompson stated that Wright was his favourite teacher and the first person to encourage him to write. Recommendations by Chief Coroner Harold Continham led to the 1977 Canadian Firearms Legislation, which, albeit not having a significant impact on future homicides, introduced the Firearms Acquisition Certificate, which was required to purchase firearms in Canada. Parents of victim John Slinger, Pay and Beric Slinger, pictured to the top right with a picture of their son, met with member of the Canadian Parliament for Notre-Dame-des-Grâces, Warren Almond, who in 1995 chaired the committee reviewing Justice Minister Alan Rock's Firearms Registration Legislation. The recommendations made access to weapons in Canada even more difficult. The proposals were recommended for legislation and passed. Thank you for watching. Please do yourself a favour and hit that like and subscribe button and the bell icon to inform you when new videos come out. It helps more than you know and your support is truly appreciated. You'll also be seeing 2 other videos for you to check out. Until next time, stay awesome, stay classy, be kind to everyone you meet, and have an amazing day.